this much power on your daily driver is insane. Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are bringing you a 2025 Tesla Model 3. We're going to be taking a look at the interior, the exterior, and also take it out for a spin to see how it performs out on the road. With that being said, let's dive right into the video. So this is the Highland Refresh Model 2025 model year. So as you can see from the front, you've got this angular design, which I absolutely love, compared to the pre-refresh model that had this bubbly look. The sharp edges, sharp angles really does well for the exterior of this Tesla Model 3. I love how they've also reduced the size of the headlights. So it doesn't have this bubbly look that it used to have pre-refresh model. This one's got this angular, angry look. When you look at it from a distance, as you can see here, this one looks very angry compared to the pre-refresh model. It's a very simple design, which I like as well. You've got your LED daytime running lights, you've got your LED lights over here, you've got the Tesla badge over there, and other than that, there's no fuss going on, and it's not a busy exterior at all. I kind of wish they would offer some fog lights on the grille, but because it's an EV, there's no grille, no fog lights, nothing here. Very clean design. Now moving on to the side of this exterior, this one is equipped with the 19-inch wheels compared to the 18-inch wheel that you typically get on your base model. This is the rear-wheel drive version, but you can get the all-wheel drive version as well, or even the performance if you love some fast cars. I think the 19-inch wheels actually look pretty good on this Tesla Model 3. Of course, you are going to get lower range compared to what you get with the 18-inch wheels, but if you want some styling, this is the way to go. Now, it is worth noting, if you do offer the 19-inch wheels, you do compromise on the range, whereas the 18-inch wheels will get you about 360 miles with the rear-wheel drive version. This one will drop it to 320 miles. But if you have a charger at home, then this is not going to be a concern if you don't do long road trips, because look at that, the car itself just looks so much nicer with these 19-inch wheels. I would definitely offer these if I was getting a Tesla and had a charger at home, because the car looks much cleaner with these wheels. Now you've got a camera over there as well, and you've got your camera here as well, and you have your door handles similar to the pre-refresh model as to how they open. We'll also look at the interior in a bit. But yeah, just moving on to the side of the car, you have your really nicely refreshed tail lights, as you can see here. I love this design. It kind of ties into this whole angular and sharp edges theme that we saw on the front. So this one has this angular tail lights compared to the pre-refresh. I have to say the rear end of the pre-refresh versus the refresh model doesn't look that much different aside from the tail lights, but the front is really where they did an amazing job, and you have the sharp edges. Like I mentioned, this is the rear-wheel drive version. If you do get the all-wheel drive version, you'll have badging here as well. And if you get performance, you have red badging. But the rear end of this Tesla Model 3 looks pretty good. I wish I had a spoiler to add to the sportiness. And if you are someone who likes fast cars or modding your car, you could lower this. But the way it sits, because of the lower center of gravity, I love how it looks. It has a really good stance to it. If you get some wider wheels and you get some lowered suspension, it's going to look a whole lot different. On the side here is the same thing. You got a camera up here and you got a camera on the side. I mean, just look at these 19-inch wheels. These wheels look really good. Now let's hop onto the interior of this 2025 Tesla Model 3 so we can show you some of the features of the interior. Then we're going to take it for a quick spin. Let's open it up. All right, let's take a look at this door. You've got nice materials over here. You've got some leather or faux leather here, hard plastic here, speaker grill, and this nice cloth material that kind of carries over to the speakers there as well. There is obviously not much going on with the interior because of a very minimalistic design, which some people love it, some people hate it. The steering wheel, they also got rid of these turn indicators, so now you just have these buttons over here, and for the wipers as well, you've got a button here. But the steering itself is a nice grip to it, nicely leather wrapped, and you've got this massive screen that you find in all the Teslas. In terms of material, you've got some stitching over here and some soft touch throughout the cabin, where the interior feels, I wouldn't say a luxury, but the materials used where you would have your touch points are pretty good. Screen is, of course, very smooth and fluid, as you would expect from Tesla. They've really perfected this at this point. And you can see the door is open, so I need to close that. It tells you if your door is open, if your trunk is open, you can open it from here as well. So you've got cup holders here, and then you've got some storage here. It's actually pretty deep. You can actually definitely store some stuff here. You can rest your phone on this side. And you still get your traditional glove box here as well. This one is, in terms of material, it's not really leather. It seems it's covered with leather, but it's very thin, so it almost feels like plastic to me. Now let's hop onto the back seat of this Model 3, and as you'll see with the refresh, you do get a screen in the back as well. So you can kind of control your vents here. You've got USB-C charging here. Let's turn that off. And in terms of the seat room, I'm kind of sitting right behind myself, and the leg room is actually pretty good. I'm sitting right behind myself, and I can comfortably sit without, having my knees touch the back of the front seat. So the space on this Model 3 is actually pretty good. I wouldn't be opposed to being in the back seat for a road trip. Well, now it's time to take this car out on the road so we can enjoy the performance and see how it handles, how it performs, and what is the daily driver comfort like as well in terms of sound insulation and how the suspension handles. So this is the 2025 Model 3, and this is the rear-wheel drive version. So we don't have the all-wheel drive version here or the performance, but it still has the long-range battery, so it does 363 miles for the range. But we're gonna be getting the driving impression, this POV style, to see what it feels like to drive a Tesla Model 3. Just to throw you back in the seat is just so good. The instant torque of an EV just cannot be beat. This much power on your daily driver is insane. Once you let go of the gas, or once you let go of the acceleration, it's just so calm. Like, you don't even feel like you're driving a fast car. You don't feel like, and I don't mean that in a bad way, I just mean like the car has two personalities. You can just be driving like this, like I am right now, just commuting, daily driving, running some errands, quiet, comfortable car, going over bumps. You don't feel anything. So you can switch the steering to be lighter, and once you're like, I want to have some fun, you just go like this. And then it just breaks. So two personalities of this Tesla Model 3, the 2025 version. I like how quiet the cabin is. Right now, we're at a stoplight and you just don't hear anything. If I was taking this car on a road trip, this would be the perfect car to road trip because it's just very quiet. They've also improved the glass quality or the window quality on this Model 3 refresh. So compared to the previous Model 3s, it's very well insulated and you don't hear much outside. Get her up to speed a little bit, and then we're gonna get on it. Let's go. This is it just wants to go. Let's go do this U-turn, and we're gonna also try to get on it once we get up to speed a little bit. Or you know what, this time I'm just gonna try to push it a little bit earlier, see how she does with the rear-wheel drive. Yes. It still wants to go. I think the only time rear-wheel drive would have traction issues if you're just doing it from a stoplight, and the traction system on these Teslas are pretty good, so you won't really feel any issues, but it's just gonna cut power off and you're not gonna be able to go anywhere, as opposed to like fishtailing everywhere. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video of my review of the 2025 Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive version. If you enjoy videos like this, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe for more videos.